So I wound up having a great conversation with uh, one of my brothers, and we were talking about dating. And he asked me, if you meet somebody and y'all starting to talk and get to know one another, do you mind if he's dating other people? And my answer was no, I don't mind. Because something that you need to understand is when you meet somebody, that person has had a life before the day y'all met. Now, depending on their character, they may be in a season of where they wasn't dating anybody, they wasn't talking to anybody. But in more realistic cases, there are people who have known each other for years. They've been dating. They just so happen to stumble across somebody else that they find attractive, and that's okay. But we need to stop dating with our heart wide open, because one of the things about the conversation that we was having was, do I care if he's sleeping with somebody or talking to anybody else? And my answer is no. I'm not going to ask that question. By date 3, I'm not going to ask that question. Week 1 or week 2, those questions are not going to come up, because we're just getting to know one another. I'm not, and it's not, even if I'm not talking to anybody else, I'm still not going to ask that question. I'm not sleeping with that person, so who they sleeping with is none of my business. Who else they are talking to is not none of my business until it becomes my business. Until we sit down and we have that conversation about the two of us being together, some things don't even need to be talked about, because that's naturally, the other people are naturally going to fall off once you sit down and have that conversation with that person. And sometimes it takes a while for someone to open up that is dating with their heart guarded, and properly governing themselves. They're not quick to sleep with you, or quick to be all up in your business, and quick to control you, and quick to, you know what I mean? Like when you run into somebody who's emotionally mature, it might seem as if they don't care, but you have to understand that some of us develop faster than others. Some of us has been through some things. Like myself, I'm not I'm not closed off, and I'm not emotionally unavailable, but I'm just not dating with my heart wide open. I have to know that that person had the emotional capacity to hold my emotional space open for me in that relationship. I want to know if I'm emotionally safe to open up and be vulnerable with that person. So until we start to have these conversations, we can have conversations all day about surface level topics. We can talk about what we like and dislike, and what is our love language, and all of that stuff. But you know, by week 3, week 4, month 1, month 2, all of that is not going to be totally certain that this person is safe enough for me to move forward with, for you to move forward with that person. You have to not go out here and expect someone to just immediately choose you. Because what if by month 2 that person starts to, their mask start to fall off? Okay, and now they're revealing some characteristic traits that are red flags for you, and you just know that you would not be able to deal with those certain traits years and months and years down the line. Come on now. Dating is what it is. It's a date. Getting to know someone is exactly what it is. Getting to know someone. And, he thought that, I was emotionally unavailable. I mean, I can talk about my emotions, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to allow my emotions to control me. You can't let your emotions control you. And whatever you've been through, whatever somebody did to you is not the next person's problems to deal with. They don't need to be dealing with your emotional unhealthiness because you didn't deal with what someone else did to you in the past. Heal before you go back outside. Properly date. And until intimacy gets involved with that person, who that person is dealing with outside of you shouldn't have nothing to do with you. And then you got to be checking that paperwork too. Because everybody out here ain't doing the right thing. Check their paperwork. Do some investigation. Like, y'all just be, that's why so many people whose feelings is hurting is brokenhearted now. Cause y'all not properly vetting people. I can see that clearly as day. Y'all not properly vetting these people. That's why you have a warped perception on the opposite sex, because you didn't do the work from your past. You letting social media skew your perception. Social media, music, your environment skew your perception on the opposite sex. What you seen, what you done. So when you come across somebody who don't subscribe to that, people don't even know what to do with those kind of people. Those people, they have all type of labels attached to them because they don't subscribe to worldly ideals, worldly idols. So when you run across somebody who put in the work to healing themselves, you think that they want something, or it's motive, and it's not. It's them dating from a healed version of themselves, a person that put in the work to heal mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. We're not out here trying to attach our energy to energy, other energies. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to attach our energy to entities. So, I don't know. Dating is just exactly what it is. It's dating. You're getting to know someone. Sure, you want that person, once you start liking them, you want them all to yourself, But you have to get somebody with that type of character to say, okay, I'm choosing this person, he choosing me, and everybody else, sorry. Everybody else gonna have to get their feelings hurt or their heart broke, or just be understanding to where, okay, well, I'm moving on to someone else respectfully. I decline your offer. And yeah. So, peace and love. Lady love. Oh, and subscribe to my YouTube channel at A Remedy to Poison. Peace and love.